Well, the rand opening just above 6.90 to the dollar, going all the way up to 7 rand 4 this afternoon, currently around 7 rand 2, so pretty poor start to the week.
Absolutely. Poor start to the week, and it feels like the market is driven by what's happening in the headlines at the moment. We've got a lot of nervousness in Europe. There's uncertainty about who's going to take over from Strauss-Kahn. We have got the Greek restructuring and how the markets will accept whatever comes out of there, putting a lot of pressure on the market, making the market nervous. And we see that in the euro weakening aggressively from Friday over the weekend and this morning. And the rand has followed that. This morning we had to play catch up a little bit on the dollar rand. We were still quite a bit stronger on the cross, looking fairly well at around 78. We had to move up to that 84, 85 level against the euro. And the rand caught up and weakened, and all the nervousness in the market is just showing.
So have we weakened across the board really here?
Yes, we have. We also find that with the Chinese manufacturing uncertainties putting a dampener on global growth potentially, that emerging markets being led by Australia at the moment taking a bit of a hammering as there's uncertainty whether we'll be able to sustain the expected growth for the year to come. So yes, emerging markets under pressure, definitely the rand under pressure across the board. It could potentially be more euro weakness than dollar strength that we're seeing at the moment, obviously with being driven by what's happening in Greece and in the periphery.
Of course, because we had some US economic data out last week, and that appeared to be pretty soft as well, so nothing very exciting in there. But then on Friday, we had Greece being downgraded by Fitch. We also had Spain being put on negative alert watch, so bad news coming all round. How about the commodity prices, though? Because you mentioned the Australian dollar, and that's another big commodity currency, so no support coming through from those commodity prices either.
Well, the interesting thing is we did see gold tick up a few dollars, albeit not too much. Overall, we must remember that the commodities are still a lot stronger than where we were 6 months to a year ago. Yes, they are under pressure at times, and they're off the highs, off their recent highs. But gold, the last I saw, was trading at about 15.10, looking very good still overall. But is it helping the currency at the moment? On the cross, gold rand price is looking very, very good for the gold mine. So there is potential for them to sell some of their reserves, and then, of course, they would have to sell dollars to get their hands on the rand.
Because the rand is renowned for being one of the most volatile currencies because it is so liquid and so easily traded. So would you expect this volatility to continue while all this uncertainty remains out there?
Absolutely. Volatility is the name of the game at the moment. And in markets like this, it's very easy to lose your hat. I think the important thing for the viewers out there at the moment is try not to go too aggressive into the market. Try and hedge your risk. Take care of your risk. And hedge it as far as possible, because anything can happen here. Any news can swing the markets and turn it around. For a few years, we've had this situation since 2008, where we've had very low rates out of the US. We've had emerging markets, commodity currencies driving the economy, showing the growth with a carry trade on. And it's very quick that this can all turn around. As soon as there's fear and there's what they call the risk-off scenario, it can all turn around and we can see the rand weaken rapidly. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but the potential is there.
Gert, to what levels are we seeing importers and exporters coming into this market?
Last week was so interesting. I called it the battle of the importers and the exporters, because last week the level was around about 690. Below 690 we saw the importers coming in, above 690 the exporters were there. So we were in very tight ranges last week. It will be interesting to see what happens this week with all the volatility and the uncertainty in the market. But like I said earlier, the gold exporters definitely have to make use of the good rand gold price at the moment. We should see them in. Would this stop the weakening of the rand? I don't think it's enough to stop a global trend, but I would not be surprised if we are nearing the top on the dollar rand.
How about foreign inflows? Because we had until recently seen quite a lot of money coming into our bond markets in particular. Are we still seeing those foreign inflows into the bond market, or is that all dissipated with this flight to safety?
Last week, mostly, we've seen the bond market fairly flat, so we haven't seen the flight to safety yet. We haven't seen the foreigners bailing out of our bonds. So I think they are still there. I think there's still value in our bond market for them. What we're seeing today on the equity market, sell-off on the equity market is possibly more so driven by world markets and that risk-off scenario. I don't think it's a disinvestment in the rand. Our bond market are still fairly strong, or fairly well invested, and I think it's all positive still.